along with the bad news, night and day. It's 3 a.m. now, scream, run away. Yeah, and the old comforts can't be found. Oh, still I'm stumbling on, and I'm searching round and round, and I'm trying to see. Oh, you and me. Try to see. If there's a world beyond these walls, shut off all the house lights, 'cause I can't breathe. Every single sight is crushing down on me. Flip this cluttered room, yeah, upside down. Oh, let the endless hours sink straight on through the ground. 'Cause I'm trying to see. Beyond these walls. I'm searching in everything I know. I'm looking for a little love, just a little hope. I'm searching, I know. I'm looking for a little love, I'm searching. I'm trying to see. There's a world beyond these.
WIIFTBPN.
promise till it got me, till it got me. She ain't never ran from a feeling, guess that's why she ran into me, I know. And now we dancing on the ceiling, I go overboard in moments. I got homies, brother, with me, but it ain't the same if you ain't sitting pretty, yeah, fit it down, plan it down, made it all a moment. I ain't lonely, but I hope to hold you closer, yeah. Right now, I need you late night. I hope this night means something. I know it's the right moment. Tell me what I can do to make this work out. Can't lose my way in the eye of tornadoes, I survive. I know when forces collide, it ain't all horses and rides. It ain't all ponies and peaches and sand on beaches be dry. I feel the slip of my steps and now I come to realize the beats be skipping in chess. So technically I'm a good guy. No, I ain't perfect, but who was perfect? You perfectly fine. I'm late for work all the time. Let's stay up to the sunrise. Been late, been away from it. Street lights glowing, free world. But when it's getting late, I need you right next to me. I need the nights next to you. So look, it's getting late, getting late. When the road down, God breathing on me. We ain't slowed down in a while. Never been the type to catch feelings only. Feel away when you come around. Money on the line, who you betting on, roll it. I know you gotta do what's best for you. So show me what you got, show me what you got, show me. I promise I'ma be my best for you, yeah.
Yeah, show me what you got. So they ain't solid with no cherry on the top. Hey, yeah, rolling on the block. No, I ain't fair. I do like to push a lot. Hey, yeah, show me what you got. So they ain't solid with no cherry on the top. Hey, yeah, rolling on the block. No, I ain't fair. I do like to push a lot. Hey.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Lenders give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world! This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger, tracksuiting it up, man. What's going on, man? You hitting the run? You gotta running.
I do need to run, but I haven't.
Hey, man, yeah. No, dog. You know, dad bods are in style, so if you run, you're gonna jack it all up. Because you have
I'm
perfected.
not a dad bod guy. I've been moving for
you kind of
40 years or something.
Oh, okay. So
well,
has
no,
this
not 40 years because I'd be lying. More like 35.
So how are you maintaining your exercise, and have you maintained
That's
your
why
exercise?
I had to change it to 35. Those last 5 years, I haven't.
You've been slacking on
I've been slacking.
You've been slacking. Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you, Todd. You got your hood on. What? Todd.
What? But I can't.
I see you got the ends together. You got Nike and New Balance.
Mm-hmm.
Todd, you can't wear a Nike hoodie with the New Balance shoes, man. Well, apparently
the people I talk to don't care about this kind of stuff.
Hey, man, I'm trying to help you out, brother. I'm trying to help you out.
I know. You're trying to keep me hip.
I'm trying to keep you so your kids don't make a TV show about you like Jamie Foxx's kid did about him. Dad, stop embarrassing me.
Dad. That's funny.
Hey, man, it's funny. I was thinking about that show, and excuse me. One of the things that's not a COVID cough. That was my cousins hanging out.
I got my shot.
I got
vax.
Oh, speaking of vax, did you send to Neil please? I'll tell you about it in a bit. All right, so the vax. So dang, I lost my train. What was I telling you?
You were.
Let's see. You were just.
You were.
You finished this
Put in
and
the comments,
me.
Oh, the cough. It was the cough. Anyway, you know what? That dang on cousin of mine just be messing up everything. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to say what's up to Miss Ruthie Moore and her
Good
baby
morning.
Blue in the building.
I didn't think Ruthie had anything blue.
Really?
I've seen her a long time. I don't think I've ever seen her in blue.
I have. I've seen her in that, as a matter of fact.
Hey.
Depends.
I haven't, but actually now that I think about it, I really don't see you wear blue a lot. I can imagine why. And I was about to crack a joke, right, when she came in the door. And I saw she had on red socks, so I couldn't even. It just killed the whole thing. She was like, "Oh no, I'm always repping." She was like, "Oh no, you ain't gonna catch me slipping like that." I was gonna be like, "So about that baby, not that the baby blue is, but I was gonna do my thing." And
Yeah.
I saw Ruthie with the red socks. Like, no, dog, I'm always. Ruthie she like, no, you won't catch me slipping.
No, I just don't care about matching up socks.
You don't? I used to care about matching up socks, but then when I got into the crazy socks, and I just want to point out that I originated the crazy sock thing. Anyway, amongst black folks, it's documented.
He brought it back from Nigeria. Crazy socks.
No, it's documented on Facebook. You can see it. Anyway, I stopped trying to match socks when I started wearing crazy socks because the socks in and of themselves are their own personality. So the matchiness of them doesn't make a difference. Then, but I do not wear white socks with black shoes, right? Like sweat socks, because I feel like that's the classic white boy. Like
That's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty.
You try to stay.
You couldn't do that in any black neighborhood without somebody talking about it.
And then I got so the crazy socks. So I stopped trying to match my socks. I'm about to start in Esquire magazine. They say that you don't even have to match your pocket square. As a matter of fact, your pocket square can be completely off from what you're wearing. And I was like, they ain't been in no black neighborhoods or black church in a long time. Because, the black church, they be like, I was just reading in a magazine yesterday, or not a magazine, that white folks, Sid Jerome, right? Sid Jerome, the Sid Jerome store.
They have outrageous prices, and then every year they have
that one sale that tells you how much they really paid for everything. Because I'm going to tell you, that Sid Jerome sale, me and Alderman Burnett used to wait for the paper to go in the windows. We wouldn't go in the store no time, but when the paper went on the windows, and he put me up on it, so we would go in, and I bought a $1,800 Roberto Cavelli jacket that they sold me for $75. I was like, so wait a minute. You mean to tell me
it was $1 million markup?
Exactly. Right? But the markup on clothes is immediately 100%. Immediately. Like at the minimum. And if it's a luxury brand, they can multiply that. I was noticing something that I noticed is that for black people, the more it costs, the more desirable and the more willing they're to pay for it. Like, I probably could get somebody to buy something for $100 quicker than I can get them to buy it for $5. Same item.
That's expressed on Facebook a lot. I mean, people talk about that.
Same item. Literally same item. If I say this item is $10, people like, man, I ain't trying to get enough. I'd be like, man, this item is $100. That's the best I could do for it. I gotta get one.
You gotta get one.
I gotta have one. I gotta be able to do it. That's really hilarious.
My mother, I was telling my sister just the other day when I was young, high school, or I guess high school going into college, because I was starting to buy my own clothes. I was in the more of the preppy thing, so I'm wearing like
polos and
Izod's, and even though
you had real Izod's, I didn't have real Izod, but go ahead.
Yeah, they weren't that expensive back then.
What was the type? I had La Tigre. Go ahead. As a matter of fact, I got a La Tigre shirt in the mail the other day. Go ahead.
In the mail. So one of the things was like your baby blue right there. So because they came in pastels. Pastels. So I'd have a shirt, and then I'd buy some socks that would match. Man, I came home one day. My mother didn't say anything to me, but she thrown them all away.
Why? She thought you was sweet?
Yeah, she was like, no. She thought that would make you sweet.
Hey man, I remember this dude in a previous life that showed up to a family event with no socks. And everybody in the family said he was gay from that point.
A little touched.
Like, no socks. They was just like, you are. I mean, it would be whispers at every party. Psst, 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 psst. He came here with no
now
socks.
That's the vibe.
Yeah, do you know what? Now that is the vibe. Not for me, though. No. When I saw Common come on The View with no socks and his
Common, really?
and his knees and his ankles out, I was like, oh, Lord, the world is. But, I mean, this is the guy who gave us resurrection, man. He was our flag bearer, and now Chicago you get beat. I don't know. I think Common might get beat up in Chicago if he wasn't Common. Walking around with some white tennis shoes, and I'm talking about tennis shoes. I'm not talking about gym shoes. White tennis shoes with khakis, a pink shirt, and the khakis are like up past his ankles, and he don't got no socks.
Still fine.
You know what?
What are those capri pants?
Yes. Yeah. Like. No, I don't think I'll ever be able to. I did though.
That smells
because
Ruthie of wealth.
Ruthie made fun of me the other day because I bought these boots that I really like. Right, they've been stalking me, and she was like, "Man, them boots are cool, but they don't look just right. Something." And then because she thought they were shoes, so then I did the old school fold and roll. And all day long, people was like, "Those are the greatest boots ever." And I was just thinking, am I literally walking around with the fold and roll? Todd, you remember the fold and roll?
I think I know what
the
you're talking about. The
fold and roll, where you take the front of your pants leg, you fold it over, and then you roll it up so it's tight at the bottom, so then you could see your boots. But back in the day, it was because we wanted to have our pants legs tight.
I thought it was a boot you were talking about.
No. You know what? That's
rubber
okay.
bands.
Huh?
I remember rubber bands.
Oh, rubber bands too. Then I remember, do y'all remember sewing y'all pants legs up so tight that you had to bust a stitch to get your foot in? You never did that? Like, you don't remember when, Todd, Todd, let me stop. You don't know what you're doing. Ruthie's too young, and Todd,
the only thing I would do,
you're too old by the time.
Is to put bleach in water and try to get my
Distressed.
My jeans. No, turn them white.
Oh, yeah. The problem with that though
Whitewash.
is that after you do it, then the material becomes soft and they start tearing.
Yeah, right.
And every time, then
It's
you
lost
like,
its
you ain't
integrity.
cool for the first 2 times. And then you never did. Well, I'm going to tell y'all because it's all right. We'll talk about it later. Look, let's do this. Sonia, how you feeling this morning?
All right.
How are your choppers?
Oh, that's right.
Was it okay? Did you okay? You still got a smile.
Horrible.
Did they put you to sleep?
No, I should have though.
I'm gonna tell you. But if you let them put you to sleep, bring a friend. Bring a friend. I just gotta tell you. I'm like, if you put me to sleep, I need somebody sitting right there. I'm not gonna be waking up tussled. Like you will not be. I would not want to wake up and something don't feel right. You got to watch them.
Don't let them put.
So
They probably charge you
painful.
$200 just to put you to sleep.
Hey man, but I heard that gas is some good gas, man. I heard it might be worth. I heard some people be on the street pay a lot more for that if they could. Look,
they
y'all,
could.
this
I'm hungry,
is
though.
this is the. So, Dad, did you? Ooh.
No, I didn't eat
I was
nothing.
I was gonna think about when you go to the dentist or to the doctor nowadays, can they tell? Cause I'm gonna tell you, if I gotta go to the dentist or the doctor, I'm gonna be like, before I go in,
You're supposed to tell them. I'm pretty sure.
tell them what.
If you've done anything.
I'd be like, hell no, you
You don't
ain't
want to
just
be mixing stuff. You know.
shoot, yes you do. You'll be like, woo. Let me stop. All right, y'all, this is because my mom might be listening and my dentist might be listening.
Right.
It's the Maze Jackson Show. Let's get the soul plane up to 60,000 feet. We are up and away. I'm going to start this one with, I'm leaving D.C., and I want to know, did you guys watch the congressional address by the president yesterday?
I was asleep.
Did you, Ruthie?
Drugged up.
I didn't watch it live.
But I know my Ruthie is gonna make sure she up to date. She gonna give us the business. Todd, what about you?
I was kind of semi-asleep for like hours before I got in bed.
Well, I watched it and then I watched it then I went to sleep. Because I did
Real
not.
time.
No. Actually, I watched it and I skipped over Tim Scott, and then I went to watch because the new season of Handmaid's Tale is out.
I heard
So,
about it.
yep. So,
Which station is that? What the
Hulu.
Oh yeah, we don't have that. Oh well.
Go ahead, Ruthie. You gotta say it.
Ask Mace for his login.
Let me get your login.
You get ESPN. You get a bundle.
Woo.
I bet you got Hulu. Somebody in your house got Spotify. Come in a bundle.
Does it?
I'll give you mine, Mr. President.
Oh, really?
I need to
I
ask
probably
Hans.
got
You
it.
never know what he's got.
Nah, I got to get to know commercials.
It's no
Even
commercials.
YouTube. I can't.
Wait, what?
What you mean by commercials? In the middle of the stuff? Or at the
I don't
beginning?
want damn none.
At the
period.
beginning, you can watch a little commercial.
No, I don't.
Even
That-
on like
Ah,
HBO,
that's what me
they
and
be
Carrie.
having
Let
a
me
little
tell you.
commercial.
This is the difference between Maze and Carrie, right? I got all the same apps. Me and Carrie have the same apps, right? And I'd be like when we listen to Pandora, then all of a sudden it'll stop, it'll be a commercial. I'm like, what's that? She's like, I'm not paying for the, right? I'd be like, but now that I think about it, we probably could just merge them all. And then you could just, you know what I'm saying? But that was funny because
You got to give her your login.
she got every,
Even your wife can't get your login.
my wife, no, she got her own account.
But she want the premium.
She has the premium. No, but the problem is that she has, she had her, I don't think we ever just did the app swap. She's told me this a couple times because, Carrie is like the frugal one. I'd be like, it's like $5, so what? She'd be like, that's my $5? But if you don't want that $5, I'll take it, right?
Right.
Like, let me tell you, if something go down, if something don't be right, I'll be like, dang, oh well, we gotta. She'd be like, oh no, give me that. If you ain't gonna get it, I'll go get it, and I'll make sure that you sure you don't want it? You sure you don't want it? That's why I always be like, you better order your own food. All right, y'all.
Right.
So yeah, Joe Biden's congressional address. I'm gonna tell you how I felt about it, and we're gonna talk about it a little later. So for the social media question of the day, you all get ready because we are gonna talk about the President Biden's address. I'm gonna tell you, I felt proud as an American and disrespected as a black person watching the speech. It was like I almost wish he would not have even either broached our. I'll talk about it a little later because I got a lot to go on that one. The NFL draft is tonight. Will the Bears get Justin Fields? I'm hoping that he was at the Cubs game the other day. Tweeting from the Cubs game 2 days before the draft. Justin Fields, Would Chicago get a black quarterback?
Who's Justin Fields?
See,
I'm not really
Justin
a
Fields,
college person.
Justin Fields is the black quarterback from Ohio State.
Oh, okay.
The black kid who was at Florida, went from Florida to Georgia. Was at Georgia. Left Georgia, went to Ohio State. I think he won the national championship last year or 2 years ago. I can't remember. But anyway, it's the black quarterback who got the skill set all over the place. But alas, he's the black quarterback. And so they have decided to drag him at the end of the draft so that so all the white boys can make more money than him. Mm-hmm. And he has to be the Randall Cunningham all over again. It's like, when will they learn that we are the best athletes at everything? Stop putting your...
It'll be different for him, though. Randall Cunningham didn't go to a football school.
Yeah, I got you. I feel like it's going to be different, but it's not. It is, but it's not. But how about those Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Can I just tell y'all what, though? My man Eric Mobley got me feeling some kind of way about watching football again. He came on Monday night from New Era, Chicago. Golly, I hate when people put pressure on you like that. I feel pressure. Like, I almost feel bad talking about football right now after talking to that brother. If y'all did not see our necessary conversation on Monday night, go back and check out the replay. Don't forget tonight, Mays Jackson, Bomani Obadelli, LaVon Stone, Mark Carter, and Tyrone Muhammad right here at 7 o'clock. We'll be going from 7 to 8 as we try to progress this movement of black unity. This is the Mace Jackson Show. Check this out. We got, how about your mayor, Ruthie? This one is for you. Your mayor wants to pay $25 million not to name DuSable. Not to name the outer drive after DuSable. Anything but that. She like, I'll give y'all $25 million a park. Dang. I even renamed the Chicago River, and we got to go to the United States government to do that, but we cannot rename the outer drive Lakeshore Drive. Now, DuSable. We cannot name Lakeshore Drive DuSable.
I kind of like that river thing.
I don't. How many black people you know on the river?
That's not, because the city is everybody.
They're going to say the DuSable River? No, they're not. And they're going to be just like we always did, right? Sears, they still call them Sears Tower the Sears Tower. Right. And my thing is, though, they've got the votes. So here's the crazy part. They've got the votes. Alderman Brookins said he's going to let it out of committee because he told Alderman Moore that he promised him, so he said he's going to let him get an up or down vote so they can't kill it in committee. Right. And they said they have the votes for it on the floor, right? So now what's going to happen is the mayor is going to have to send it to Rules Committee, where Michelle Harris runs the joint, and she's going to have to use a black person to kill the will of...
I don't know. I haven't read the rules yet. Maybe I will now. But now that it's already in committee, I don't think they can take
that's
it
right.
out.
They can take it. But she can DMP it.
What's that?
Or she can veto it.
Oh, that would be an unusual step.
That would be a great...
You don't see that happen very often.
That would be great, though.
Local government.
That would be great. I mean, that would be great. No, it wouldn't. I'll be like, veto it. Veto it.
No, that's what I mean. If you vetoed it, then it becomes a real fight.
Then I say, let's not overturn it. Let's just remind you that she vetoed it. The moment she vetoes the DuSable, they've already figured out they ain't even doing the good Lakeshore Drive. They doing the outer drive. They only got to change only 4 addresses change, and they're all harbors. Everybody else inside still stays Lakeshore Drive.
Lakeshore Drive.
So think about she paying $25 million for you not to get y'all name on. She like, I will even make...
That's such a small change.
I will even make downtown. I will pay for a park for y'all, and I will make a tourist attraction around the bridge where he's at downtown. You cannot name it. She says she has concerns. No, she has white people. That's what she got. Hey, the FBI pursues hate crime charges on the murderers of Ahmaud Arbery. And then the did y'all see the Mama Caucus
No.
yesterday? I was wondering because I was watching it and I was, you know me, I always got to ask questions because I was looking at, I was like trying to figure out the rules and I don't know. I was like, when do you stop being a mom? Cause I think it's for moms 18 and under with kids 18 and under. Like, do you think that's exclusionary?
Wait a minute. Whose caucus is this?
The mamas.
No, I mean, are they?
It's all mamas. It's just mamas. If you got a kid, it's if you got a kid under 18, not like a step kid or something, a stepchild or a bonus child. Does like a bonus mom count? Like, do you get to be in the mom? Like, I feel like it's you get kicked out the club.
Just this is an organization.
No, it's the political women of Illinois.
Oh,
they formed the Mama Caucus.
interesting.
Does it count if your kid's over 18?
Yeah.
The kid's always your kid.
Are you still a mama though? Do you still? I don't know. It'd be interesting. And then I wonder, do they let stepmoms in?
Yes.
You should. That's fair.
I was feeling. I don't know, man. You know
My
me.
dad is my dad.
Right.
Nah, I don't think they. You think that really they think they should let stepmom? Like, do you like? No, I'm just asking. Like, y'all making this face, but I was just thinking, like, do they? I mean, I'm gonna tell you, I believe 100% that Carrie puts in for my kids as much as me, and we has to make as much sacrifice as I do. Mm-hmm. Right? So I don't know. I guess in seeing that, I hope that it's inclusive, right? Because politics is addition and multiplication, not subtraction and division, and I would be feeling something, because I didn't see I haven't seen like all the women that I know that are moms pumping this up. And then, I just be like, when I look at, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna quit. But y'all, I was curious to know, do you think like, is there a time when the moms change? Like, I mean, when your momness doesn't count? Or is your mama always your mama? My mama always my mama. And if she tell me what to do, I got to do it. I be like, dang! And then I can't even say that because she say, what you say? I said, nothing. All right, y'all. It is the Mace Jackson Show. Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
The Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Sissy's Taco Bar Pop-Up is back with more hours and more days. Check them out at their new pop-up location at the Woodlawn, located 1200 East 79th Street. Sissy's Taco Bar offers authentic street tacos infused with international soul. Now every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the Woodlawn from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. New vegan tacos have been added to the menu too. Visit sissytacobar.com for more info.
You're listening to I Said What I Said with Toussaint Warner and Herb Howard.
What are y'all takes on blended families?
Meaning white people? Or what? No, she mean like you got kids, this person got kids, y'all get together and bring the whole family together. I don't know. I have zero experience with it. I imagine it can be challenging. Mm-hmm. Especially, I think the older the children are, I think the more challenging it could be. I think if it's little children or something, you can kind of explain it to them, and they may like grow up together and kind of in that same space where this is mom, this is dad type thing. But if you talk about older kids where they literally have a mom or dad, another person like that has been in their lives, when they're older, and you're like, oh no, this is your stepbrother, stepsister. Like, nah, we like 17. Like, I'll bone her.
And if this family don't work, you can just give me to the game anyway. Ain't no other, it ain't gonna matter. No woman will ever be important. I'm not being an ass. I'm serious. In my mind, the value of that kind of a commitment is family. I got that already. So now we just chilling. So you ain't gonna really know my children.
What's up, good people? You're listening to I Said What I Said with Toussaint Warner and Herb Howard live on What's In It for the Black People Media, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m.
And you can tell them, May said, we want to know what's in it for the black people.
WIFTBPN. think that the black community is starting to realize the mayor may not necessarily be an ally just because she is black.
Live from What's in It for the Black Media Studio.
Our representatives don't necessarily get a pass just because they're black. We've got a challenge in the black part of Chicago of holding black politicians accountable.
You're listening to The Maze Jackson Show.
This is Chicago, so I understand the Chicago way. I ask every day what's in it for the black people.
With Maze Jackson.
Come on, y'all.
WIFTPM.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger, Ruthie Moore. See, Ruthie? It be things be happening. And I be like, it's never just what it is. Never. All right, y'all. It is time to talk. Todd, I'm a little disappointed in you, man. You've been slacking on your pimper. Your Uncle Joe done got elected, and now you done started falling asleep in the chair. But last night, let me tell you, I was torn because there is a new season of, Todd, is that you? There is a new season of Handmaid's Tale. And so I was debating whether I would watch the new season of Handmaid's Tale or watch Uncle Joe Biden's speech. And I'm going to tell you that I chose the latter. No. The latter. The former?
No, what did you watch?
Oh, well, I watched the speech. And I watched, but that's the great thing about the app. You can go back and watch that. Right? So I watched the speech. And I am going to tell you that as I was watching the speech, okay, y'all gonna get mad at me. I know I'm going at some point today or tomorrow, somebody gonna trash me for it, I'm sure. But as I was watching the speech, I felt is it the TV? I felt, because I'm hearing something.
Yeah, you hear too.
There's some level of, it's Todd.
No, it's not me.
Yeah, it's you, Todd.
It's Ruthie. No, it's not even Ruthie this time.
It's not me.
Not
either.
it.
So, okay. So found some level of, no, I'm hearing myself. Is the volume up on that? On it in there? Because I'm literally hearing it in my headphones. Okay. Yeah. All right.
You saying it's me?
I'm saying it's somebody. Hello?
Hi.
Yeah.
Maybe it was me.
I think it was you, Maze.
Yeah, but I'm saying, how could it be me? Where's it going? All right, anyway. So here's the point. So as I was watching the speech yesterday, I was actually feeling some kind of way. Like, I know that I probably have been I have enjoyed the divisiveness of watching white supremacy and all of the black stuff and just watching America kind of get it, right? Like a lot of stuff that we've known for years bubble to the surface and the discomfort of, I have enjoyed the discomfort of white people seeing their whiteness on display, right? Where it's like, yeah, you be at the same barbecue with dude at the family reunion and don't act like y'all ain't had nothing. You might turn the other way. But I have enjoyed this moment. But I'm going to tell you that I do feel like this is the most divided America has been, and we do root against ourselves, self included. The demise of America does not necessarily help us, right? It ain't like the last people with a raft is the black people. Now, I am not saying that we have this great existence, but I am going to say that watching that speech yesterday, it did remind me of, okay, as close to, I don't want to say one America, but it did make me feel like he's trying to bring people together. And politics is about bringing people together, not dividing them. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I learned. And in watching Joe Biden, I do feel a level of sincerity for him wanting America to be great again. Now, I feel like he said yesterday it was like, let's make America great again, without saying let's make America great again. Now, there's a difference I think in his concept of making America great again. Mm-hmm. I think when you heard it from Trump, they were like, oh, way far down in Dixieland, so far, far, far away. Look away, Dixieland. Look away, Dixieland, right? I think that's what they were thinking of. I enjoyed white people in the North seeing that happen. I think Joe Biden talked about making America great again from the concept of when we were trying to become we were an industrial power, we were a leader morally, blah, blah, blah. You know, all the good stuff. Plus, we were industrial, so like we were making things, we were building things made in the USA. I felt like Joe Biden was like, not way far down, not like let's make America great again, Dixieland. I felt like he was more like, born in the USA. I was born in the USA. Right? And I think both of those songs abut each other for white America. Right? Dixieland is part of I just feel like those two people, like I could see Bruce Springsteen at the same with Leonard Skinner. Right? I could see a Bruce Springsteen, Leonard Skinner concert and everybody be like,
man, you just mad because they from Alabama.
But I mean. So I guess in watching the speech yesterday, I felt like if you were an American, a white American, you heard that and you felt like yes. And I would say that as a black American, descendant of slavery, understanding the role that we fit in this, our position in this caste system. Maybe, can I say there was a little comfort in, racism ain't over and but it was a little comfort in just saying like, we not just finna let the Klan ride again. Right? Like that part. Then, okay, and this is y'all gonna get mad at me, but this is the best way I can describe this. This is for men. I'm gonna give you the description for men and women. You'll probably think this is crude, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So I was watching that speech, and then we get to Joe Biden discussing George Floyd. And he said white supremacy, and he said we got to end white supremacy, and he started going down this path, and I was sitting there getting closer and closer and closer to the edge of my seat, waiting for him to truly, fully acknowledge us and be like reparations. And then he moved on. And I liken it to, I probably can't even do this. I can't even do it. But I liken it to the moments before you reach ecstasy and your partner says, take it out. That's how I felt yesterday. Now, I know that sounds graphic, but I cannot give you a better I felt like we were on the cusp of a breakthrough. I literally was sitting on the edge of my seat waiting for him to say, even mention HR 40. Just mention it. And say, because he said we could rebuild the world, rebuild the country, do everything in the world. And then he gets me to this point and then jumps to what? Equality. LGBT. Then goes immigration.
Immigration has always been essential to America. Let's end our exhausting war over immigration. For more than 30 years, politicians have talked about immigration reform.
Don't cry, Ruthie.
And we've done nothing about it.
Oh.
It's time to fix it.
I got some tissue.
On day one of my presidency, I kept my commitment and sent a comprehensive immigration bill to the United States Congress. If you believe we need to secure the border, pass it because it has a lot of money for high-tech border security. If you believe in a pathway to citizenship, pass it. It's over 11 million undocumented folks.
I want you be at that speech. I want you to fast forward to the Asian part, because this
pass it migration.
Listen to this.
And it helped keep people in their own countries instead of being forced to leave. The plan was working, but the last administration decided it was not worth it. I'm restoring the program and asked Vice President Harris to lead our diplomatic effort to take care of this. I have absolute confidence she'll get the job done. Now look,
listen to this.
If you don't like my plan, let's at least pass what we all agree on. Congress needs to pass legislation this year to finally secure protection for dreamers. The young people who've only known America as their home. And permanent protection for immigrants who are here on temporary protective status who came from countries
who came here in chains in the bottoms of boats.
As well as a pathway to citizenship for farm workers who put food on our tables. Look, immigrants have done so much for America during this pandemic and throughout our history. The country supports immigration reform. We should act. Let's argue over it. Let's debate it. But let's act.
I need you to scoot to the Asian part, if you got it. Because there was a point in that speech where then he said we work together. And I want to congratulate all of us because we passed the anti-Asian hate discrimination bill with 94 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand why I said it felt like take it out? Like I to sit there and be sitting on the edge of your seat hoping that this is the moment that we finally hear from our president and you listen to him go around and around and around. And ours is, hey, y'all, stop killing the black people. That's what he, hey, look, guys, we can't just be killing them in public. But we got to stop Asian hate. We got to pass equality for, so I'm going to tell you. So this is how I saw it. I saw watching that speech because I thought about all of the infrastructure and rebuilding and modern trains and the grid and all of the things. And you know what it made me think? It made me think of Roosevelt. It made me think of this being the moment where, what was it, not the works, what was the program?
WPA?
The WPA, where we're going to rebuild all our roads, we're going to put down infrastructure, we're going to modernize America. And it's 20 years worth of jobs and all of this, and you got the education. I'm going to tell you, like the education, the preschool education, the fact that, did anybody also notice that in this conversation it seemed like China was talking mad smack on the phone? Like, y'all ain't back. He was like, we'll talk about that part at a different point, but watching that speech as an American, I could see being prideful. Watching that speech as a black American descendant of slavery, I felt disrespected again. Again. I almost wish he wouldn't even said the white supremacy thing. I wish he would have just left us out of it. Just don't say nothing. Did you watch Jim Clyburn at the speech? He never stood up. Everybody trying to say he tired. Come on, man. You know that's the place where you on national TV. Everybody got to be a sign of strength at that point. He leaned over in his chair and he sat back, and even at our alternative doesn't change, brother. Our alternative, I'm really starting to feel like Ruthie. I don't know if I could burn nothing, but our reality does not change. And then when you listen to them knowing about the plan for new Americans, the office for new Americans, like you match all the stuff up. It's like the plan for you is to be a remnant, to be able to say, remember when it was those people? There was no condemnation. I mean, he's like, we got to stop white supremacy. Now, some of us would be excited that he said the words, we got to stop. Everybody else, we get excited just for being acknowledged. Like, George Floyd had to be murdered on international TV, and they trying to make that, they're leveraging that for benefit. So they mention that, we get all excited, and then they be like out the back door, hey, did we just pass 94-1? Wait. Y'all can't pass, do y'all understand why I have a problem if they can pass anti-Asian hate and they can't pass the Voting Rights Act? White people is white. They know what they doing. 94-1 they passed and they cannot pass an anti-Asian lynching bill. And did y'all see on my page that John Catanzara came on my page talking smack?
What did he say?
No.
He came on my page talking smack about there's law. Why do we have to pass an anti-lynching law? There's murder. That's called murder.
Y'all Facebook friends?
Huh?
Y'all Facebook friends now?
Oh man, I'm gonna engage. I'm gonna engage because you know how the black folks do. They ain't finna let you don't just get to skate. You know black folks will be done stalked you to your page back. They gonna be like, oh no, come on back. And so let me tell you what has to happen to me. They got to get in for a person like that, because you know what I hit them with, right? I hit them with the white cops, with the black kid, like a deer.
Yeah.
What does that have to do? What? Huh? See, I know they got to get in the mix, Ruthie. I'm not. See, I know you. We got different philosophies, but like you're not just finna be just getting to walk around, talk cash smack, and not nobody gonna address it. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be on the page. You gonna see me. Y'all gonna be seeing me mixing it up straight up on the FOP, and we gonna. Because the reality of this whole thing was listening to that speech. All he did was motivate the white supremacists.
And we won't ignore what our intelligence agencies have determined to be the most lethal terrorist threat to the homeland today. White supremacy is terrorism. We're not going to ignore that either.
We all started screaming and jumping up and down. People was...
We have to come together.
He loves us.
To heal the soul of this nation.
Keep on.
It was nearly a year ago before her father's funeral.
Check this out.
When I spoke with Gianna Floyd, George Floyd's young daughter.
Nino.
She's a little tight, so I was kneeling down and talking to her. So I could look her in the eye. She looked at me, she said, my daddy changed the world. Well, after the conviction of George Floyd's murderer, we can see how right she was if we have the courage to act as a Congress. We've all seen the knee of injustice on the neck of black Americans. Now's our opportunity to make some real progress. The vast majority of men and women wearing a uniform and a badge serve our communities, and they serve them honorably.
Until it's a black person.
I know them. I know they want...
all the black people standing up except for Jim Clyburn.
I know.
Look, everybody white. That's the Republicans and Democrats.
Meet this moment as well. My fellow Americans, we have to come together to rebuild trust between law enforcement and the people they serve, to root out systemic racism in our criminal justice system, and to enact police reform in George Floyd's name that passed the House already. I know Republicans have their own ideas and are engaged in a very productive discussions with Democrats in the Senate. We need to work together to find a consensus. But let's get it done next month, by the first anniversary of George Floyd's death.
And then you should just let it go just a little bit, because see what happened after that. Oh, that's it. Well, I'm going to tell you, right after that, he be like, and now that we got that done, can we get on to making sure that we take care of and y'all should have seen just this adoration, this look of adoration that Kamala has for it's like she's swooning. Or she could just be plotting for him to die. Like, I'm just saying, somewhere in there. If you watch, what was the other one? House of Cards. You know, that wasn't a swoon in House of Cards. That was, how can I get him? But I just felt like it was once again that moment that you thought that they were fun. Like, I thought no mention of HR. Everything he said to get done, nothing to do with reparations. Like, nothing. And even the things that he said to get done don't advance us. It's like, stop. Look, we ain't got to do nothing for them, but could you just stop killing them on TV? I know those police. Those are good people. Right? Ain't that what Trump said about
There's good people on both sides.
Right. I'm saying, you say these things to a like, y'all know I got to say this white supremacy thing, but could y'all just stop killing them on TV? It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the green side of things. It's your man, Sadiq.
And Cassiopeia.
Motivated by the days of sandwiches of spam, grilled cheese won't stop me from grilling those who are stealing the peace and safety of the community, because they releasing death and destruction on the community. A community where the people look like me and them. A place where mama and them stay. Not too far from where their children stay. You right. I want a peaceful neighborhood, and I'm not moving to the suburbs to have a peaceful neighborhood. Do we really have to take this, acting like we don't recognize this, still cooperate with this? You know what? The hell with this. Ram me behind a mic that's shaped like a middle finger, pointing straight up with my middle finger to any poor politician, dealer, deaf, crooked cop, or lazy parent. It's apparent to create change, you have to have a work ethic that make it seem like you lost your brain, standing out like the Willis Tower. It's a brother that represents dedication, discipline, and dream reaching, accompanied by a voice called power, who rhyming harder than a rebel with the pen. Representing the city of Point Guards is an extra large MC who rhymes always on point, always rhyming with a point behind the flow. One of my students said the rhyme so hard we should stop calling it flow. Let me tell you something else before I go. I was born to stand tall. I was born in Chicago.
That is Brother William Morris. Appreciate you, brother. Much love. Chicago, homegrown. Every Tuesday and Thursday from 1
to 3 p.m. on
What's in It for the Black People Media.
The Chicago Legal Network is the collaboration of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of the law most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. The CLN lawyers all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation. So if you were injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out ChicagoLegalNetwork.com for more information, or call 773-912-3545. 773-912-3545.
sit along with the bad news night and day. It's 3 a.m. now, scream, run away. Yeah, and the old comforts can't be found. Oh, still I'm stumbling on and I'm searching round, and I'm trying to see.
Baby, haven't we been through this? So why you keep playing with my emotions? How many times can I tell you that I ain't down with all the drama? So we can just keep it simple. I think I'm gonna have to let you go. You know what I want. Still you're playing games. You don't treat me right. You don't answer your phone, but you want me to believe that you was at home all night. Ain't going down like that. Go hang up, then you go right back. I ain't going out like that. No. Who you think you're fooling like that? Who you fooling? Them other girls with it, boy, I don't like that. Baby, keep it moving like that. Oh no. Thought I told you when we started that if you want friends with benefits, then keep it pushing, cause I ain't down with that. You ain't catching feelings, telling me I'm the one you want. Boy, you gotta let them others go. I won't take it personal. If you're not the type to be tied down, don't make this difficult. Just kiss this all goodbye. Ain't going down like that. Go hang up, then you go right back. I ain't going out like that. Oh no. Who you think you're fooling like that? Who you fooling? Them other girls with it, boy, I don't like that. Baby, keep it moving like that. Oh yeah. Oh no.
WIFTBPM.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
What's in it for the black people? Cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to lies, can't doze no more. I told y'all, yeah, this a dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around that can't protect us. We see the lies now, other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze, it's Sonia, and Ruthie, and Todd, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we're united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't tryna help us, they ain't tryna do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect your oppressed to solve on.
Wake up, Chicago. This is your man, Maze Jackson. I'm your host. Got my guy, Todd Stroger, over there messing with the microphone. Sonia Escobar in the building. And Ruthie Moore yawning awake. Wake it up, Ruthie Moore.
Sleeping.
Wake it up, wake it up, wake it up. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I am going to we're gonna jump around. We're gonna come back to this. We're gonna come back to the Joe Biden address a little bit later on today. But I want to talk about it. Yeah, we have another. Ruthie, can you do me a favor? Because I did not look up his name. Can you get the name of the shooting victim for me? Yesterday, I don't know if you all saw this, and I got a Sonia. We probably gonna have to pull up the video, and I'm gonna have to do all the good stuff. But yesterday,
Anthony Alvarez.
Police had another police chase, which led to another.
Oh, you talking about? Oh, my bad. You talking about a different one? I'm just talking about the footage, the Copa footage.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Another police shooting. I mean, another police chase led to another police shooting. I don't know if you all saw the video, so I'm going to play it in a minute. But another police chase, another shooting, and the guy says in the shooting, "Why are you shooting me?"
No, he said, "Why'd you shoot me?" Right? Because he's already shot.
I think he said, "Why you?" I think it was with a ing. Shooting.
Yeah, I think. Let me do this.
Man, semantics, I guess.
I mean, if you the guy on the ground, it's definitely semantics because you lost.
Right.
I'm going to find the video, but I guess my question becomes.
Oh, but then I think then the police
Get to the mic.
Didn't the police respond and say it's didn't he say like something because you had a gun or something?
He said, "I believe," he
was
said,
something like
because you were running with a gun.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Got me to thinking about old stories my mom used to tell. And it actually got me to thinking about how I view policing. Got me to thinking about, and the police officer's response got me to thinking about the Old South. Right? So I always think about those stories of, and my uncle, I remember 2 years ago, when that boy got killed in the back lot. He was in, I want to say it was like in San Francisco or something, and he was jumping through the yard and he wound up getting shot. And my uncle said they didn't have to shoot that boy, but like down in the South, it was a known thing that you didn't run past white people because they would shoot you, and you'd be like, "Why you shoot him?" He said, "They were running. I saw them running, so I shot him." And it makes me think about the roots of policing in our neighborhoods, right? And it goes back, and I don't want to use this. I'm not going to compare the black and brown communities in this situation, except for the way people view all of us when they're policing us versus white folks, right? And it goes back to it really goes back to, in my estimation, the origins of policing, which are rooted in slavery. Which I tried to get that out last week when we had John Catanzara on the station, on the show.
You said it.
I don't know if I was effective in communicating what I was trying to get him to respond to. Do we agree that policing, the origin of policing, was in slave catching?
Yes.
And is that like verified, or is that like...
Nope, it's verified because my grandma said it.
Thank you, Grandma, because Grandma is the world famous. You know, she got the other.
You're not calling the patty rollers.
Right. What? Right. The patty roller. Right. Do you think? Because I'll be honest with you and tell you that I almost felt like the fact that he had a gun and was running with it, I don't want to say it justified it, but to me, in my mind, it's like, that's the outcome. Like, that's why you don't run, right? We see anytime you, and I was just thinking about the fact that should running from the police be a death penalty? Because waiting for the police can be a death penalty. And so like my thought is, like when I saw this the first time, when I see these shootings, I'm like, and even when you listen to how police talk, they like, he had a gun. He didn't. It's legal to have a gun until you know he got FOID or not. But even having a gun should not be a death sentence, especially if you're not charging towards them, if you're going in the opposite direction. But I would tell you that I believe that when you saw the police shoot, I believe that they believe they are justified in shooting you if you are running for, I almost feel like they feel like if you don't comply, remember when he said just comply? Catanzar, just comply. Just comply, and then you won't have, you'll live another day. Like, no, that's wrong. I would tell you that when you have the talk, you tell your child that. Like, you tell your child, don't run, don't show your hands, do all of the things that make them not, because they have the license to kill you. I keep thinking about, if you get killed, so what? It's like, if you're viewed as property, it's like shooting a horse, sort of. And I guess I gotta ask you, because in my mind, for the last, until Laquan McDonald, I probably just took for granted the Pat Camden. There was an offender. The offender was running away from the police. The offender turned. The police responded and returned fire. The suspect was dead. Remember, he used to do that all the time? Mm-hmm. And I felt like I believe that if you have a gun, in my mind, I've been conditioned to believe that if you have a gun and you are in the space of police, they have a right to kill you. I don't necessarily believe that that's the case. I don't believe that that's necessarily the case. And I don't know if it's bravery to shoot someone running. Like, I don't know if you're a hero for that. Right? I don't know if you're a hero for, I was thinking about the whole concept of the ability to kill from a distance. You know, I was talking about Exterminate the Brutes. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. I remember how one of my favorite scenes in Indiana Jones. You making fun of me, Ruthie? Why are you laughing?
You are like a movie person.
Vince Bass is a movie person. And
More than you?
Vince be getting it. I be just like, oh, they was shooting people. They was killing. He was like, no, you don't understand the theme of what happened in the film. I'd be like, oh, I didn't even see the movie like that. But anyway, one of my favorite scenes, and I remember it happening in Raiders of the Lost Ark. And all the white people came to school and they talked about it and it was hilarious. Remember the scene when he was in a fight and the Arab guy had the swords and he was whoop, and he did like 50 different moves and he was like, I'm ready. Mm-hmm. And you knew Indiana Jones was finna get it, and Indiana Jones just pulled out a gun and shot him.
Yep.
That's what I feel like happens. Like, I almost feel like if you run from the police, you should expect to get shot. If you don't get out of, like, regardless of what you do, if you run from the police at the end of a chase, I don't know if it really ends in a tackle and arrest.
No, I think you're right. I think if we did research, we find historically that a large number of people get shot.
Right.
And if it's more than 2%, then that's a lot. So,
but I mean, is the penalty for running from the police if you're black getting shot? And just does having a gun, and I'm not saying that you can't be shot by somebody with a gun, but
having a gun multiplies it.
Having a gun multiplies also, to me, the fear. Mm-hmm. Right?
It's the justification.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That you're a threat, and they can argue that you may not be a threat to me, but you're a threat to somebody when you're running with a gun.
I went down the Copa Police video wormhole, and I watched way too many angles of way too many videos, and I listened to the officers responding, and it's interesting to listen to them talk in the midst of all of the chaos. So you got some of them who thinking about, oh man, this is about to be subpoenaed video, so let me not say the wrong thing. Let me tell people to put your phone in airplane mode. Like they thinking about like the after, like, I don't want to call it the fallout, but they already are thinking about like the fallout. Mm-hmm. And it's just really interesting to hear and to see some protocols that ain't working too well. Like, y'all, you really don't have no knife and no scissors to open up this package. And it made me think about how the position of shooting somebody and then having to render first aid. I think that is a difficult thing to have to do, and to see them try to do it, I mean, it's gut wrenching almost. It's a very
I can imagine
peculiar thing. But then to see them not quite do the first aid in the most effective way, like, because they ain't got no scissors and they can't open up the packages. Maybe I'm not saying that they need more first aid training, because after you shoot somebody, you know, they spring into action, but they could use a little bit more first aid training if they just gonna be out here willy-nilly shooting people.
Man, it's chaotic. I mean, shooting people it's not natural. So everybody's mind is scrambled. So it's gonna be hard for them to concentrate and figure out how to
open up a piece of paper.
Something that they don't do every day.
Agreed.
So let me ask a question. Do you think that people should get shot for running from the police? I feel like that is a consequence of, I don't want to say people of color, but I think that's a consequence of black folks. Like, of being black and policing. I think that it has always been okay to kill someone black, and you can justify it. Now, I'm not going to use this. I'm not saying that this was a black situation. Hold on one second, because I'm trying to get you all the video.
That's why, I got to do some research. I'm almost sure somewhere in California they have some strict rules about chasing people.
They do. And I mean, I would tell you that, Sonia, turn on my, you got the road on? I would tell you that there is, and I actually think that I was going to tell you that I think that when I heard them saying that they were going to stop police chases, I almost thought it was dumb. Right? Because of my mindset towards policing.
No, there is some study out there.
Is the road on?
That shows that when you stop chasing people, you stop shooting them. And that there's a heightened effect when you have to chase somebody. The police officer's adrenaline is going. There's all kind of things happening, and the end, if they catch them, is generally they get shot.
Because it's like
you're gonna get beat up.
I always heard, it'd be like, Ninja, you made me run, right? I mean, I think like I've seen how many movies where they be like, you made me run. And at the end of it, like, man, you made him run. You got, at the minimum, you got a beat down coming, right? And if they can't catch you, I feel like that's a premise of not being in shape. And if they can't catch you, then guess what? They're going to kill you from a distance. I am going to play the video, the Copa video, and I'm going to tell you that it is tough to watch. But I do think that it is important. Sonia, I am going to bring it. Oh, huh? That's what okay. So I am going to very shortly play you the video. Can you turn it off and turn it on? Because hold on. It's saying not connected. Advanced. So anyway, we're trying to get you the Copa video of what happened with the police shooting, because I think it's important for us to see it. I do think that the way police look at us is that they have the right to kill you if you don't comply. Mm-hmm. I.e., if you don't lay down. And I feel like they think if they chase you, they have the right to kill you. I just fundamentally believe they feel that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's one of those things where it's like, I call them like movie police, like the ones that like to engage in like foot pursuits and things like that. Whereas I know some officers are like, I ain't chasing nobody.
The Bluetooth, turn it off and turn it back
I think
on.
there's a lot of guys who are like,
I
am not running. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like police believe that they have the right to kill you in the event that you do not lay down. I mean, and I feel like you catch somebody after you done chased them, you already salty.
Don't we already got a no car pursuits thing in the city? And they trying to extend it to foot chases?
I think you're right.
Yeah, well, that was part of the consent decree that you were not able to do police chases. That's why the cars always drive off now, and the police are frustrated because they can't chase cars. But remember, the car chases led to dead people.
Dead civilians.
Right, led to dead civilians getting killed in the process. So I guess the question now becomes, if they can't chase you, what do they do? Like, what role do the police have if they can't chase you?
Well, at some point, they pull you over for an expired plate or something. You struggle, and they shoot you. That's what it seems like now.
Yeah, they're going to eventually get you, right?
Right.
They does seem like they're going to eventually get you. Look, I'm going to play the video without the audio because I don't know what's going on. But I'm going to give you the video of the police shooting. If you are watching on Facebook Live, we're going to give it to you. Facebook or YouTube Live, we're going to give you the video.
You had a gun! Hey, get on the ground! Get on the ground! Police in Chicago previously put out this photo of the gun. They say, hey, drop the gun! Hey, drop the gun! Drop the gun! Why are you shooting me? You had a gun! Hey, get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Why are you shooting me? Because you had a gun. It seems to me that every what do you call those people? NRA people should be jumping to the defense of this. Like, so just think about it. If I have a Floyd, you telling me that I could be killed? Why did you shoot me? Why are you shooting me? Because you had a gun going in the opposite direction of me.
Did they give him any commands before? Do we know?
I would say this. Whatever commands they gave him, he's running. So he's not going to follow. Okay, let's just be clear. When the police pull up, there's two ways people respond. One way people respond is when they pull up, they accept the commands that the police have given you. Everybody stop, put your hands on the car. Now.
There's actually three, but go ahead.
Okay. Generally, if you dirty, you bounce. Or if you have a fear of police, which could be completely natural, you run. Young black kids, their instinct is to run, period. Like, they don't even wait for you because they already know when you comply, you still can die. So I'm going to take my chances. At no point, this is why I ask you, do you think people are scared at their jobs? Right? Because, and I'm saying you are entering into a danger zone. Don't get it twisted.
What job you talking about?
The police. Are they scared of the people they patrol?
Yes.
Which was why they're willing to kill them. Right? Like, what's the consequence of killing a slave?
Oh no, that's not a good one because there's a big consequence. Slaves are property; they have value. You could literally go to jail for it.
if you're chasing them as the police? Back then, no. If the slave got away, you brought him back maimed without a.
The whole point of slavery is to keep the slave alive. So that won't work for this instance.
Okay. So I'm saying
we're past that now. It's like you are violent. I must subdue you in some fashion.
I thought that was the whole cut. That's when Kunta got the option of his Johnson or his foot.
Oh, but Kunta had run away like 3 times. There was like, okay, we can't keep this up because now the other people will start running.
Oh, so that I get it. So that's why they would give you a brand on your face or put you in the bell cage or
Yeah, everybody knew that. Okay, so that means this guy's a runner. See what happened to him?
Which is why they tell you to comply.
I do think it depends on like what preceded the incident. Like, why were the police pursuing him?
Yeah, why were they pursuing him? Did we ever? They don't talk about that, do they?
Yeah, I think that's what a family trying to figure out too.
The release it with the COPA report.
Well, they were saying also that that it was the mayor alluded to a traffic stop. She said never should a traffic stop equal this, but the video shows him walking across a parking lot. And the boys rolling up on him, and he bounced.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a little mysterious.
Yeah, I mean,
because he could have been scared for his safety.
I think let's be clear. I think that anybody that is not white that gets pulled over by the police,
especially if they got their burn on them.
Mm-hmm. And I'm saying in Chicago, like I'm saying, you can go. Can I tell you if you go to Costco? The Asians be at Costco with their pistols getting their gas. Real talk. You laughing like a mug.
I thought you was about to say they be getting the stuff for their restaurants.
They do that too, but they go get the gas afterwards, and they got their pistol. I mean, they make it obvious that they have a pistol when they are getting gas. And I'm suggesting that we live in a place where people don't feel safe. So I feel like, just remember when the little baby boy got shot and they initially said that he was shooting and then they found out that he didn't have a gun. I mean, he had a gun, but he didn't shoot. But it was because he said, I got to keep my protection on me. Because anybody can get it. And I think there are a lot of people, not just police, rolling around here strapped. And I think like, if you live in the jungle, you can't be prey. So if you got a, hey, this chunk had a laser sight on it too. Now I'm gonna tell you.
I mean, you just ain't supposed to have that in the city, but
the foppers.
The what?
The foppers, because the other thing I do want to point out though is why is it when there's black people in trouble, they put the picture of them of their worst day in their whole entire life.
Oh, they do that.
As the screenshot forever.
Yeah.
This guy, they got Office of New Americans. They got all the news is showing pictures of him and his baby.
Oh, good
just
one.
Pictures of him and his baby. Then you go to the Fopper site. Foppers be like, yeah, don't believe the picture. Here you go with work. Here you go with pistols. Now, none of that means that you should die. And that's the other part, right? Because there are certain things that when they are introduced into the conversation or into the psyche, allow you to justify it. Right? If you say, think about the story of the brother that got shot in the head, shot in the back 5 times, including the back of the head in North Carolina. They have slid in that the police were there on a drug warrant search. Can I tell you that there's a part of me that probably was like, okay, well, that's probably kind of justifiable. Stop it, Google. I'm at to unplug you again. Anyway, but they're listening. I'm telling you, they are listening. But think about the fact that they slide these things into the story.
They always do that to us.
But that's my point.
Gang affiliated.
Right? And so you wind up, and I'm going to tell you though, it sometimes impacts even how we address it.
100%.
Like, we can justify it. He had a gun. If you got a gun, you know you got a gun around the police, you're supposed to die. No, white people don't feel that way.
No, I don't think I've ever heard a black person say that.
What I'm suggesting is what you hear is don't run, don't resist, do what they tell you to do, put your hands on the steering wheel. That's what you hear.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else in between that, though, you know that if you don't put your hands on the steering wheel, you know you could die. Everything else is scalable down from that. For not putting your hands on the steering wheel, you literally can die.
Mm-hmm.
And so everything else is running through your mind, because if you know that I could put my hands on the steering wheel and still wind up being shot in the back of the head, in a panic situation, all that's rolling through your mind. Which is why when you say, why did Dante Wilson? Dante White? See how many people that done got killed?
Mm-hmm.
That I can't even put them together no more. The young man up in the car.
Right.
Right. Which one is that? Philando Castile. Right? Like, you see what I'm saying?
No,
like
Dante Wright.
Okay. No, I knew it wasn't Philando Castile, but I was like the one that got killed in the car. And then I can give you 10 examples of that. And then the one who got killed outside the store. And I can give you 10 examples of that. And it all runs together at some point. Mm-hmm. And I just gotta, can I tell y'all, I finally am starting to recognize the damning cycle of violence that we're in. It is a damning cycle. And at the end of the damning cycle, usually the person who wins is the white guy with the smoking gun. No matter which way the cycle goes, backwards, forward, backwards, gang member, jogger, shooter, child support, not payer.
Mm-hmm.
All of those things in our mind become ways that we can justify, or they can justify in their minds why we're so easy to kill. Look, y'all, I'm about to get up off this because I done got mad again.
Uh-oh. You know, you gotta, I think historically speaking though, like, you gotta look at people as animals to treat them as cruelly as we've been treated.
Oh, I agree with that.
You have to.
But I say nobody wins.
Well, you gotta look at them even worse than animals though, because I think about the compassion for animals.
That's true.
I mean, I'm and I don't say that lightly. I am telling you, I have no doubt if you showed a white, if somebody put a picture of a white dog in a car getting shot 5 times, there would be outrage and they would pass a do not kill the puppies law.
Oh yeah. But I think you're looking at it the wrong way. I think they think of more of like the downstaters, when the downstaters say, yeah, I need an assault rifle because there's wolves that eat my pigs.
Well, I killed a wolf with an assault rifle, but they really are doing.
Well, I say that's how they feel when they get out in the streets in the city. They feel like these people.
The wolves. We the wolves.
We're the wolves.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's you know what, Todd? Sometimes you get it right. Look, we'll talk about it some more. Well, actually, we're gonna go back to Joe Biden when we come back. Joe Biden alluded to some things yesterday.
What did my uncle say?
He said that America, in my mind, he said America. He didn't want to say it out loud, but he inferred that America is not really the world power that we used to be, and that maybe we need to hurry up and catch up, or else we gonna get left even further behind.
Mm-hmm.
Also implied that President Xi was talking some smack. Like, President Xi was like,
who's that?
The president of China.
Oh.
Like, we coming for y'all. Don't look like Russia's really the issue. And Joe Biden, I'm gonna tell you, he delivered presidentially. It's just the problem was I felt like, okay, can I tell y'all if I feel like
Amazing. Don't be fooled. Russia's always an issue.
I'm not debating that. I'm not going to debate that. And probably I minimized it a little bit, but I just needed to say, like, the picture of it. Like, I felt like all the I felt like all of the authoritarian leaders around the world with 85-year-old Joe Biden.
Blood in the water.
85-year-old Joe Biden. 79-year-old Nancy Pelosi. And
Is she really 79?
She looked like it. She asked the crypt keeper. And then South Asian African American Kamala Harris sitting up on the rostrum as we was delivering this tough talk. I felt like they was over there and trying to talk about champ. We go whoop the white boy. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning.
The Fraternal Order of Police. It is the president, John J. Catanzara Jr.
We all saw the Anjanette Young video.
Naturally, when someone hears, I didn't do it, you got the wrong place, you just discard it. You have an obligation to make sure that the rest of the place that you're doing a search warrant on is secure.
Okay, so you used the word naturally. And when you watch that video, naturally, a natural reaction would have been to provide her with some coverage for her naked body.
Have you ever been to police?
And so
have you ever been to police?
Let me finish my question. So a natural reaction was not what we saw from those white police officers.
A natural police reaction is to secure the scene.
So a natural police reaction is different from a natural
Well, we're
human
talking about
reaction.
police. We're not talking about you going into a building. We're talking about the police going into a building.
Hence why in the beginning of the question, I related it to training. Are police officers trained to not see black people as human? And so police training would make them naturally react to see me as an animal?
I'm not even going to dignify that with an answer because that's just an ignorant statement to make. They went in there looking for an offender.
Who was not there.
Do you know that until you searched the whole place?
They did. They searched and she stood there naked.
And at that point...
After they had the scene secure, she still stood there naked.
Again, I already conceded the fact that they could have did a better job covering her up, but her race had nothing to do with it, and you're going to keep implying it. I'm going to keep telling you you're absolutely wrong.
Let me ask you a question. Of training? Is it a lack of proper training?
No.
Oh, no, man, I keep telling you, you got the wrong place. You got the wrong place.
The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. We will kill you for our woman.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
WIFTPM.
Been away from street lights, free world, but when it's getting late, I need you right next to me. I need the nights next to you. So if it's getting late. No, I ain't the type to sentimental appetite for independence. I know. Never had a broken heart, a broken promise till it got me, She ain't never ran from a feeling, guess that's why she ran into me, I know. And now we dancing on the ceiling, I go overboard in moments. I got homies, brother with me, but it ain't the same if you ain't sitting pretty, yeah, fit it down, pen it down, made it all a moment, I ain't lonely, but I hope to hold you closer, yeah, right now,
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host. And And
Bless you.
Thank you. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Maze and Sonia and Ruthie and Todd. Hey, y'all. I got a question for you.
Question?
Serious as cancer. Who can keep the average dancer hyper as a heart attack? Nobody smile because you're expressing the rhyme that I'm sorry, okay.
All right, Ruthie, who was that?
Dougie Fresh.
Boo! Come on.
Who was it?
Cool Mo D.
Oh, I was close.
No, he wasn't close. It was Eric B. and Rakim.
Oh,
right.
I was close.
You're right. You know what? I ran the two songs together because I was thinking of Don't Step to Watch Your Step. That one, he tried to go against LL, and LL came back and said, listen, old man in the tight blue suit. All right, let me stop. Oh, yeah, because I ain't no joke. I want to go back to the Biden speech. One of the things that I have talked about in life is the fact that, I was a history major. And what I recognized in history was that that every major empire went through a cycle, right? Like, there were world powers that at the point in which they were world powers during their reign, nobody could imagine the world without them being at the top.
Right.
And eventually, and because, they'd probably be like a couple hundred years. So
Get a good run.
If you got a good run, right? You think about, I would say you start with Portugal, right? Maybe then you move to Spain. Then you go to France. Then you go to Great Britain. Man, maybe, and each one of them had
and
like.
Because we're Westerners, Mays completely missed the Ottoman Empire.
Oh, I did not miss the Ottoman Empire. I forgot about. I just was doing modern. But I guess you got to think about.
Oh no, the Ottoman Empire lasted all the way till 1912 or something.
That's right, and that's why Joe Biden just called the genocide of the Armenians
right,
which has turned into it because we got a lot of Armenians.
Because the Turks are like, we didn't do that.
But that's the Kardashians got a lot of influence.
They got a lot of money,
but they also, I think, they're Armenians.
I think they are Armenian.
Yeah,
they did.
Right, Kardashian.
Yeah,
right.
The only Armenians we know, right?
No, that's a lot of man.
Yes, Todd.
No,
yeah,
the only ones we know.
I was talking to Ruthie. I was talking to the eighth warder.
Okay, I was gonna say because if you go outside, depending on what machine you talking to or what kind of things you do outside, the Armenians they in it, like in it, like in it. Like you don't want to run across no Armenians. Real talk, I'm not even playing with you. It's like I'd be like, whoa, excuse me. When they ask you to come to one of them restaurants, I'd be like, nah. Nope, I'm not. If the deal got to go over to one of them restaurants, I ain't coming. No. Because somebody is going to be in the soup. You will be goulash around this mug. No, thank you. Not me. I will not be the blood soup.
We learned something today.
But what I noticed is that it seemed like in listening to Joe Biden's speech, a couple of things were apparent to me. One, in his conversations of world leaders, we are now suspect, right? Joe Biden said in his speech, he said, America's back. And he said that more often than not, he heard from the world leaders, but for how long? I think the world saw the Capitol being stormed. I think the world has watched the division of the country that I would say has been on hyperdrive since the Clintons. It went on steroids after George Bush. Barack Obama set it off, and I think that Donald Trump started a fire in this country that I don't know if it can be extinguished. And we've heard the story: a country divided, a nation divided against itself cannot stand. And whether we recognize it or not, I think there are a lot of Americans that are not rooting for America. or America as it is, and they're longing for something that may never come back. And in that, it has created a level of weakness. I also think that our drive for profits and NAFTA and the ability to move our work to China and all of those places, while it made people rich, it made us weak.
Capitalism made us weak. That what you saying, Mr. Mays Jackson?
Yeah, I guess. Because I think about the fact that, I mean, you think about it, we be talking smack to China, but we get all our stuff from them. Like, think about they build the parts for the military in another country.
Let's not even talk. Never mind. Go ahead.
No, let's talk.
It's some of the raw materials that we need for our basic existence. We didn't messed up and been outsourcing our pharmaceutical industry.
Yes.
And the pandemic, we was like, whoa, because remember at first China was like, we ain't finna send y'all nothing. We need all this stuff for ourselves, but we ain't really got nothing going on over here. But y'all can't get none of these antibiotics.
Or none of these masks.
Yep.
Think about it. We had to go to get masks. We had to do all of that. And I think that what Joe Biden acknowledged was the erosion of that beachhead or that power base that we have. Because realistically, when you look at it, if everybody said we ain't paying y'all back, I'm not going to say that. What I am going to say is we know that how much of our business is in China. I mean, look at Amazon. 137, what is it, $1 trillion company? But how much of the work and the products that they're giving us are from China? Now, I'm not saying that I haven't purchased and I don't like cheap goods, but I do think that
I think there's a difference between cheap goods and deceptively cheap goods. And I think that's the problem.
Explain that to me, Ruthie.
So on Amazon, like if I want to buy something for cheap, like I should be able to. But if I don't want to buy something for cheap, it should not be labeled as a fraudulent product with these fake reviews to cheat the algorithms. That's the issue.
What?
Yes, deep. So there's a proliferation of Chinese-made products on Amazon. Like it's an issue. It's a big problem because they are able to manipulate the algorithms and make their stuff pop up. Offer it for the cheapest with the best reviews, because how do we shop on Amazon? Sometimes we look at the reviews. Sometimes we look at how many reviews there are. So it is an issue with a lot of these, I don't want to say counterfeit goods, but it's just mislabeled cheap Chinese products.
And so
I can't never mind. I mean, they talking about making it so that you can know where your stuff is coming from. Like I should be able to click a button to see like, okay, this was made in America.
Would you buy?
Would I pay extra?
Pay extra to buy in American-made products?
Yes.
I would.
I would too.
100%. I pay extra for black products.
Yeah.
And take a whooping for it too sometimes.
But remember, they used to have commercials about by the unions. This is made in America.
Made in America.
For this tab.
Can I tell you, I felt like he gave an updated version of Make America Great Again.
Minus all of the racial.
Yep. I sure do. And I think
we can't be so busy competing with one another that we forget the competition that we have with the rest of the world to win the 21st century. Secretary Blinken can tell you, I spent a lot of time with President Xi. Traveled over 17,000 miles with him. Spent, they tell me, over 24 hours in private discussions with him. When he called to congratulate him, we had a 2-hour discussion.
Listen to this.
He's deadly earnest about becoming the most significant, consequential nation in the world.
Smashing y'all.
He and others, autocrats, think that democracy can't compete in the 21st century with autocracies because it takes too long to get consensus. To win that competition for the future, in my view, we also need to make a once-in-a-generation investment in our families and our children. That's why I've introduced the American Families Plan tonight, which addresses 4 of the biggest challenges facing American families and in turn America. First is access to good education. When this nation made 12 years of public education universal in the last century, it made us the best educated, best prepared nation in the world. It's, I believe, the overwhelming reason that propelled us to where we got in the 20th century. But the world's caught up or catching up. They're not waiting. I would say parenthetically, if we were sitting down, we set a bipartisan committee together and said, okay, we're going to decide what we do in terms of government providing for free education. I wonder whether we'd think, as we did in the 20th century, that 12 years is enough in the 21st century. I doubt it. 12 years is no longer enough today to compete with the rest of the world in the 21st century. That's why my American Families Plan guarantees 4 additional years of public education for every person in America.
So the question with that extra 4 years of education for us becomes, if you've been undereducating us for 12 years, you're going to give us 4 more years of undereducation? Will you improve the schools? So I think the challenge right now is, and I was watching this, and you see all these things that are happening in China and all these other places. And I think we have a false sense of American exceptionalism, that we can never not be on top. And I'd argue that depending on what you consider the top, right? Like education, life, how are people living, all of those different things, immigration. I do feel as though this country is now officially, let me not say now, not officially the top, but I think that we can clearly see the mountaintop. Now, I don't think that it means that we're going to descend into chaos and we're going to be...
What you think we're happening right now? We ain't got enough people to fill these high-skilled jobs.
Meanwhile, but that's why they got the plan for New America, right? They don't have the plan to build Americans.
Not yet.
Well,
but you see what's happening. It is a true threat to national security, and that's why they're trying to get it together now, because it's going down.
And dude, you heard him say he is deadly earnest about China becoming the most. What did he say? The most impactful, not impactful. But anyway, he basically said China want the crown. They want the seat. They know it's time up. And they probably looking around like, you got to think about the fact that we got people that are literally, they sending PhDs over here to answer the phones because our TV don't work. I'll be right there for you in a second. So I just want to say, let me do this. I got to take a quick break. When we come back, we will continue this conversation. This is the Mays Jackson Show.
The Mays Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the green side of things. It's your man, Sadiq.
And Cassiopeia.
And we need you to like,
comment,
and share
that thing
every Tuesday and Thursday from 1
to 3 p.m. on
What's in It for the Black People Media.
What about my do believe that something went wrong somewhere. What about my feelings? Do they mean anything at all? You got me so in love, I'm too blind to see. And that you got my love, now you wanna put me down. And that you got my love, got me standing on shaky ground. What about it, baby? What about the days and the nights we spend? What about the love we made so sweet? Are you sure you wanna live? Think it over, baby. 'Cause girl, I believe, I think you just might wanna change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't need to come around. Now that you got my love, got me standing on shaky ground. What kind of way is that to treat your man? When I gave all that I never had, you got me going through changes of life with you. Are you sure you wanna live? Think it over, babe. 'Cause girl, I believe, I think you just might wanna change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, you got me standing on shaky ground. Yeah. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. You don't come around. Now that you got all my loving, you got me standing on shaky ground. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Before you leave out the door, before you leave out the door, baby, won't you change your mind? Really wish you would change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, you got me standing on shaky ground. Now that you got my love, you don't come around. Now that you got all my loving, you got me standing on shaky ground. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Oh my, I had a conversation with her. This is how it went. Before you leave out the door, before you leave out the door, baby, won't you change your mind? Oh, Lord have mercy. You got me standing on shaky ground. Baby, won't you change your mind? Baby, won't you change your mind? Oh no, I've been hoping, baby. I've been praying, baby. Yes, I have. Baby, won't you change your mind? Oh no.
Yo, who said devotion had to be said? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leading me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please. Please don't leave me now. Please don't leave me now. Please. From glory to Gethsemane, Gethsemane to Golgotha, Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane, Gethsemane to Golgotha, Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane, Gethsemane to Golgotha, Golgotha to the grave, from the grave. Glory to Gethsemane, Gethsemane to Golgotha, oh, Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please. God's gonna turn it around. God's gonna turn it around. God's gonna turn it around. From glory to Gethsemane, Gethsemane to Golgotha, Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane, Gethsemane to Golgotha, Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane, Gethsemane to Golgotha, Golgotha to the grave, from the grave. Glory to Gethsemane, Gethsemane to Golgotha, oh, Golgotha to the grave, from the grave. Dear Lord, it's me again.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, pandemic is gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world! This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger, in the building. I got Ruthie Moore in the building. How y'all feeling, man? Y'all look a little close today. Why y'all sitting so close? Ruthie, I'm surprised.
I have to make sure that was really blue.
You had to make sure it's really blue. Let me tell you what. You know, whatever Ruthie do is gonna be true. So we know true blue Ruthie. That's what she do. See how I rhymed
It was
that?
just cold. I needed a fleece.
You needed a fleece. All right, you had a fleece and it fit, and now it is perfect. And look, y'all, Ruthie? This is probably the first time you ain't been cold. Are you cold?
You know what? No. So I don't know what y'all done did, but we done got the temperature a little better. I think it's because you got on long sleeves.
I didn't even touch
it in.
I didn't turn on. I'm trying. You know, I told y'all.
We know you trying to be svelte.
I'm svelte when I put on my turtlenecks, right?
Richard
I be feeling. I'll tell you when I wear turtlenecks and I go to Dunkin' Donuts in the morning, they be like, "Oh, you got on a turtleneck today." I be like, "Oh, so I feel some kind of way. I get compliments in turtlenecks, and it protects my dad bod, right? Keeps it all kind of in the space, and then you throw a little chain with it, and then you be like, "I got a little swag." And then my daughter says, "Dad, stop embarrassing me." All right, y'all, that's Todd and Ruthie in the building. You know we got the musical conductor of the soul playing, Miss Sonia Escobar. But we got some guests in the studio. Now, you know you got to be important to come in the studio. Because, we be like cold, like, that joint airborne. So we be around this mug now. Me, I'm fully vaccinated. I think Todd, he fully vaccinated. Ruthie is the military. She got the super secret sauce. And then Sonia Escobar behind the glass, but she is also vaccinated. Now, in the building today, y'all, so today is going to be a pretty big day for a couple of reasons. First of all, I gotta congratulate our in-studio guest for being the youth that we ask for. And I'm gonna preface this and then I'm gonna turn the mic over. The narrative typically of black folks is when we go to college, we get up and we leave the neighborhoods that we come from and go somewhere else, and we don't necessarily come home. Particularly in places where the economy is not the best. It's like the goal is always to get up and get out. But I will tell you that there is a new generation of young people that have a different vision of our country. I think we see it with Ruthie all the time. I'll be like, "Dag nabbit, Ruthie, what are you talking about?" But they believe that it doesn't have to be this way. And so when I heard that this young man was running for mayor of the village of Robbins, I was like, Robbins? Why you want to be the mayor of Robbins? Man, you could be the mayor. Shoot, the way it's going in Chicago, you could be the mayor of Chicago. But when I talked to him, and I talked to his brother and brothers and dad and mom, they never left. As a matter of fact, they dug in and they said, how do we make our town better? And I remember seeing the boys, all three of them, when they was young, they'd come to the family reunion. They'd be running around. I'd be like, golly, man. They'd be bragging about Robbins. Then they got to high school. They talking about Eisenhower. Who care about Eisenhower? You know, I'm from the Brook. And then I watched as they all went to college, graduated, extended degrees, and they all still always talked about what they affectionately called Mudville, Robbins, Illinois. And so when Darren said that he was going to come back and make a difference in his town, you know, you hear short young people say, you know, it's your little cousin. So you be like, yeah, okay. And then he ran for a park district and made a change there. And then after that, ran to become a trustee. Made a difference there as much as he could. Learned. Didn't jump in and say, I got to start out at the top, but said, let me make sure that I know what I'm talking about so that when I come to you, I will be well-versed. And when he said he was running for mayor, I'm going to tell you, I was like, there was a piece of me that admired it, but I still said, Robbins? And then it was, you talked to him after he won, and you talked about the passion that he had for the village and for his hometown and his vision for making a place better. And then you think about the fact that Robbins is the oldest black incorporated town in this state. And then you take the fact that at age 29, he becomes the youngest black mayor, not just in Illinois, but in the Midwest. And you can't help but admire that. So here today, I am proud to introduce, because it's finally official, we got the election was certified, the mayor-elect of Robbins, Illinois. And he brought one, I'm going to let you introduce your trustee. He brought with him a newly elected trustee, but what's in it for the black people family? Welcome our mayor, Mayor-elect Darren Bryant of Robbins, Illinois. Woo! Woo! Can we get some applause on the you dig, please? There you go. That's the applause we want you to get. There is the crowd. Mr. Mayor-elect, welcome to the Maze Jackson Show. It's the first time. I know you probably stayed away from us because you might get in trouble messing around with us. This is the most dangerous radio show, TV show, video show, social media show. This is the most dangerous platform in Illinois, and we are honored to have you here today as the mayor-elect. How you feeling this morning, man?
I'm feeling good.
Talk directly into that mic for me. You feeling good? Oh, man.
Great.
So, Mr. Mayor, I probably stole your story, but just tell me a little bit about, tell me a little bit about Robbins. Tell me a little bit about your background there, and what made you decide to run for mayor?
First of all, thanks for having me again, Mace, and What's in It for the Black People radio show. Giving honor to God, who is the head of my life and the head of this journey and leads me daily. Give a shout out to the village of Robbins, who put me in this position to represent the people and to represent progress and change that we need and deserve. I'm standing here today with Robbins. Along with me is Trustee Collier, newly elected official. He represents the people as well, too. So I'm glad to have him here with me.
Thank you for coming as well. We appreciate you being here with us.
But beyond that, I think it's kind of hard to follow up with the short bio that you gave, because that's exactly what indulged me to run for mayor today, is my love and passion for one of the oldest black municipalities here in the nation.
There it is, municipalities.
The people is what we do this for. I'm a public servant. This is not a self-ego position, but obviously it's that love and that that passion that the people has given me that has put me in this position. Thank you. But that's pretty much all I really have to say about myself. Major shout out to my HBCU, Kentucky State University, who educated me. I started my political journey in SGA, student government down there. Came down there, was elected junior class president.
Look at that.
That was my first political role that I ever took seat in. And obviously my father and my mother, my mother's a current school board president for District 143.5, and my father is on the library board out in Robbins as well, and a previous trustee as well.
Mm-hmm. So, and a little known fact, Darren's granddad, is it granddad, great granddad?
My grandfather was the building inspector.
And developed Robbins.
Developer.
He was the person who actually helped develop Robbins. So I am excited for your success, and I thought that it was important that we brought you on the What's in It for the Black People Media Network, because I want to ensure that black folks, we have to buttress and support our young people that step up to the mantle. I told y'all yesterday, I was excited when Darren became the mayor, because you know I'm a political. I used to be on the dark side of the political world, and so immediately began talking to him about how to consolidate power to maximize. And he was like, hold up, cuz. Let me stop you. And I keep, I'd be like, Mr. Mayor. He'd be like, cuz. I'd be like, but Mr. Mayor, he's cuz. I am about the service of the people. Period. So whatever you approach me with, whatever you do, if it's not going to benefit the village of Robbins, we have been in Robbins so long where everybody has looked out for everybody but the village of Robbins. I don't want to hear about it. So it kind of changed how I had to operate in the space, but it was refreshing because he took up the mantle. This young man could have gone anywhere, been successful anywhere, and he came back to Robbins. Not only came back to Robbins, but built a home in Robbins. His whole family is there and is now also a business owner in the village. Now, but you got to say to yourself, Mr. Mayor, I've been trying to get you to come down here, but I was curious as to what brings you down here today. Because, you was pretty, I know you getting sworn in on Tuesday, right?
Right now that's tentative is we still.
Boy, you better look, you got this floating judge going on. We got to know.
We still fighting transitional problems, but right now that's the tentative date.
Okay. All right. Well, let me know when that fight starts, because I have absolutely no problem. I have the tools of the dark side. But Mr. Mayor, it's got to be a daunting challenge to go from a trustee to actually running a village. Like, where do you? Are you nervous? Talk to me. What kind of, and what's your team looking like?
I think I'm more nervous on this show than actually running the village, because once again I stand united with the village of Robbins. How can we fail?
I heard that.
So it really isn't much to say about that. There's a lot of people that's behind the scenes that is going to make sure that we are successful.
I would tell you that I am seeing so many people that have volunteered to get involved, that have said, man, we want to be a part of your success. Shout out to the Black Fire Brigade, who has already stepped up and said that they want to participate in this brother's success. But, now, Mr. Mayor, you got a job, don't you? Is the mayor position of Robbins a full-time gig?
It's
for you it is.
It's part-time, but it's a full-time work.
And so, and now what do you do as to make a living?
I'm a high school teacher in Community High School District 218, the Dwight D. Eisenhower PE teacher.
We ain't gonna be mad at you for the Eisenhower. We could have got. Let me next time we're gonna get you at Bolingbrook. But it's all good. No, but that's the high school you actually went to, right?
Correct.
All right. So, Mr. Mayor, I think you came here because you got a piece of paper there. What you come to tell us about?
Oh,
today?
that's just in case you asked me about my platform and what I plan on bringing. And I
so
came
tell
prepared.
us. Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you. I've been to a few meetings, and this brother has been prepared, unlike most millennials. Well, I can't say that, because the millennials I know, Ruthie Moore stays prepared, Sonia stays prepared. But how I be feeling about these millennials. Mr. Mayor, what is part of your platform?
Number one point on my platform is to unify Robbins. I wouldn't say we're divided, but we're not as unified as we need to be moving forward into the future.
Okay.
And once we become united in a totality, then once again, the sky is not the limit.
Oh, it's not the limit. All right. What else you got on your agenda to get done?
The second thing is public safety.
Okay.
We currently struggle with a part-time police department. And the goal to that is to develop a full-time police department with benefits, along with a part-time fire department. It's the same goal as well, in establishing ambulatory service and to generate revenue and to strengthen that department.
Now, check that out. Now, what I'm going to tell you is super awesome is that you have a young mayor who probably looks at policing differently. Remember, we were just talking about how we're going to envision policing in our community, and I think it's going to be interesting to see someone with the mentality of a millennial being at the forefront of revitalizing the way we look at policing in our communities. What else you got on that agenda, yours, sir?
We currently face a 41% poverty rate. I'm sorry, 38%. 41% non-home ownership, but that goes hand in hand. And the point number 3 is whole citizen, creating a whole citizen from a standpoint of residential development, job creation and training, financial literacy. It deals more so with economic development.
So you want, because I think that one of the things that the mayor is talking about is human investment in the human capital in Robbins. It's a lot to take on by yourself, man. It's a lot to take on by yourself. What kind of team you gonna have, man? I see you got your trustee with you.
He's not by himself.
He's not by himself. Mr. Trustee, speak on up. What's going on?
All right. How you doing?
All right, tell us your name one more time.
All right. My name is Michael Collier,
Okay.
trustee-elect of Robbins, Illinois.
Okay, now, trustee-elect Collier, what made you decide to run for Robbins, man? Robbins. What made you decide to do that?
Well, my story is kind of almost the same as his. I moved away for a while myself, but I moved back to Robbins. You can't help but love Robbins and want the best for Robbins. So I wanted to put myself in a situation where I can help and do and move this village forward.
Okay.
So
now Robbins faces a economic challenge. How do y'all get money in Robbins? Like what are your sources of income and revenue now?
Well, of course, like any municipality, we get the taxes, right? We get our property taxes. We get our state share revenue. We get our motor fuel tax. We have municipality revenue as far as building inspections and code enforcement.
Got it.
Water bills, things of that nature is sources of revenue.
Wonderful. So, Mr. Mayor, I am excited because as I look at this, I'm excited for your future. But you got some other news you want to give us today.
Man.
So I'm interested in it because you know I've been seeing all this stuff floating around and I was excited to see you come down here. But then you called me up and said I got some news to tell you. So I would love to break the news here on the What's in It for the Black People Media Network. Can we break some news today?
Oh, absolutely.
So let's break some news. Give me some.
Man, I actually shed a couple tears when I found out that this was going to go down. I'm honored to be able to even share this news that former Cook County Board President, Alderman of the 8th Ward, and State Rep for 31st, right?
Yeah.
31st. Todd Stroger will be coming to Robbins to become the next village administrator.
Woohoo! Yeah, Todd back in the game, back in the building.
Todd got a job.
A job that pays.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. But until I hear May say he's gonna cry for me, then I'm not gonna be.
Well, then you are never going to see that. But let me just say this. I got it. Don't worry about that. I am super excited to see the teaming up of Todd Stroger, former Cook County Board President, former state representative, former alderman, former investment banker, to be being able to bring that skill set. I think we've all acknowledged that Todd Stroger was right? Like, after all the years, after everything that happened, after all of the news, the 2 pennies, everything that happened, Todd was right. He had the only fiscally solvent budget in the entire country during the worst economic downturn in our modern era. And to see the person with that skill set be teamed up with this young mayor who has a vision, I will not cry. I won't. But I will tell you that I am ecstatic about what this can mean for both of them. Right? For both of them. Right? We saw Todd summarily dismissed for being right. We see a young black man who could have gone anywhere in the world and been anything. Man, if I keep getting these inboxes from these chicks too, they like could have been a supermodel too. Like, he the mayor. Do they got a mansion? Right? People call and talk about some. Does he got a wife yet? I'm telling you. I posted the picture. I was like, y'all better stay out of my inbox.
First lady.
First girlfriend.
Right.
Second girlfriend. No, I'm just sorry. Anyway, no, stay. No. No. We got to keep Darren on the straight and narrow. But the point of the matter is, this is what they talk about, right? When we talk about having all of the sage advice and experience that Todd has, to be paired up where Todd's not trying to take him down, but push him forward. And to see this happen, if you all would have been at the meeting when the two of them met, Darren was emotional because of the respect of understanding what Todd can bring to Robbins. And I think Todd has so much more to give. Right? So much more to give, so much more. And I'm going to say this and then I'm going to let it go. For all of the contributions Todd has made to Black Illinois, it was a blessing and a damn shame that this is his first opportunity to put all of that back to work. All of it. And I'm just going to tell everybody out here who is watching, you slept. You slept. I say that in the most respectful manner because I look forward to Robbins competing for everything. Everything. And I'm going to tell you, Todd, that you have my cousin, who is my family, under your wing. We will kill you for our family.
Well, I did have to tell you that.
That's the other side.
Yeah, right. I'm the mayor's man at arms. So you have my ear, but he's got everything else.
No, the mayor's the mayor. You if you pay attention, right? And I've told you, I have a lot of great ideas, but our job is to make sure that he's successful. Your job is to make sure that he's successful.
Right.
To make sure that he has the best advice, the best counsel, but at the end of the day, he makes the final decision, and we make sure that he's successful.
Well, the greatest thing about the mayor, we've had some conversations, is he realizes that he needs to have a great team around him, and that's what we've been talking about, finding the best people to run the village.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Hey, y'all, let's do this. Let's take a quick break, and then we're going to come back. Mr. Trustee, we're going to work you in. I see you got one of them lights on around your neck. So I'm going to have to ask you about that. Are you in? I got a lot of questions. So we're going to have a good time. We're going to wrap it up. Not wrap it up. We'll continue this conversation after we take a quick break.
The Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the green side of things. It's your man, Sadiq.
And Cassiopeia.
Motivated by the days, the sandwiches of spam. Grilled cheese won't stop me from grilling those who are stealing the peace and safety of the community because they releasing death and destruction on the community. A community where the people look like me and them. A place where mama and them stay. Not too far from where their children stay. You right. I want a peaceful neighborhood, and I'm not moving to the suburbs to have a peaceful neighborhood. Do we really have to take this, acting like we don't recognize this, still cooperate with this? You know what? The hell with this. Ram me behind a mic that's shaped like a middle finger, pointing straight up with my middle finger to any poor politician, dealer, deaf, crooked cop, or lazy parent. It's apparent to create change, you have to have a work ethic that make it seem like you lost your brain, standing out like the Willis Tower. It's a brother that represents dedication, discipline, and dream reaching, accompanied by a voice called power. Who rhyming harder than a rebel with the pen? Representing the city of Point Guards is an extra large MC who rhymes always on point, always rhyming with a point behind the flow. One of my students said the rhyme so hard we should stop calling it flow. Let me tell you something else before I go. I was born to stand tall. I was born in Chicago.
That is Brother William Morris. Appreciate you, brother. Much love. Chicago, homegrown. Every Tuesday and Thursday from 1
to 3 p.m. on
What's in it for the Black People Media.
Hey, sunshines. If you didn't catch the last page in the Book of Dawn, here's what you missed.
So you found that, but you also, during those times, made a conscious decision to create a base for yourself outside of the Isleys or the great artists that you tour with. And from that, the Mo Fitz Project was born. Can you tell us how and why you did the Mo Fitz Project?
Let me tell you something. I had been touring since I was 17. And what happened was your girl Eve was doing different events around town. Mm-hmm. And I remember it was right on 47th Street.
Yeah, I think it was Blue 47.
Yeah, one of those spots. So Eve was doing something with them. So they were like, we're hiring bands. I was like, I'm going to put something together and go play locally. Let me do that. And through that situation from Eve, the Mo Fitz Project was birthed. I was like, oh, okay, this would be great to actually come home and put quality guys together and make music locally outside of the tour. I just found another joy in it. And crazy, remember Terrence Kane came up with the Mo Fitz.
Oh, did he? Kane? Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Terrence was like, you need to call it the Mo Fitz, Ruthie. Mo Fitz. Use your name. This is how that name came about. It was Terrence Kane and my girl Eve Bridgeworth. She was the launching pad for that. And then she would hire me to do different events. And she started hiring me to do weddings and stuff she was doing. And then it just kind of birthed into that.
Don't forget to tune in weekdays, 9 a.m. to the Book of Dawn from the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios. Roll Tide, y'all.
Sissy's Taco Bar Pop-Up is back with more hours and more days. Check them out at their new pop-up location at the Woodlawn, located 1200 East 79th Street. Sissy's Taco Bar offers authentic street tacos infused with international soul. Now every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the Woodlawn from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. New vegan tacos have been added to the menu too. Visit sissytacobar.com for more info.
I'm
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. Todd, I don't care if you do got a new job.
Oh.
Don't be late. Later than you already come.
Todd already said he might be going down to like 2 days per week.
Well, you know what?
I'm gonna have to have Ruthie call me in the morning. Hey, you up?
You know what? We go. All right, Todd.
He gonna be busy.
You see how people do you? See, you be plugging in, they forget. No, you know what? I'm gonna tell you what. My goal is for us all to do better, right? And so, whatever has to happen, we can always adjust. But I just think there's so much value in the two of these. Actually, all of them working together. Mr. Mayor, I'm excited. I gotta ask you. Well, no, I'm not gonna ask you because I can't do that on air. So, but what I did hear was that apparently once we get this inauguration, that you know I was trying to plan them like a big old party at Gibson Steakhouse, right? I was calling all the rich people I knew. I was gonna be like, y'all come meet, and we was gonna have like, I was gonna get the Gibsons all the way at the top.
Yeah.
What happened?
Gibson's at top. He told me no.
Oh.
I said, for your inauguration, man, look, I was calling people. I was like, the restaurants, I got the plug.
What you want? You want takeout?
No, what he wanted, he said he wanted to be about the people.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's getting ready to feed the village of Robbins for his inauguration.
Ooh, that's good.
What's that? That is not how
No better place to start.
the dark side works.
It could be an after party.
So, Mr. Mayor.
True that.
Well, that is funny to me because when I did talk to you about doing a party and you said you wanted to feed Robbins. Rob, you talk about the poverty, but is there a community still there in Robbins? Like, do the people, there seems to be like a sort of resilience or a sort of like defiance about being from Robbins. Like there's it's not like being from Bolingbrook, but like the people from Robbins be like Robbins. What about Robbins makes the people there so loyal and refuse to leave?
Well, first, this is before I answer that question, this is the perfect time to market and advertise that Robbins will be having a Juneteenth celebration.
Juneteenth. We got to get some ads running on here. We'll take care of that.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And we having a fish fry to help fundraise that too. I was trying to find that flyer, but
okay.
But the community of Robbins is still strong, and it's once again one of the most historic communities in the state of Illinois and the country has ever seen. That pride has never left. You know, it still lingers in the atmosphere out in Robbins. And what's going to happen is the most historic revitalization of one of America's most prominent African American communities.
How you gonna get black people? I love that concept. I was thinking about like, how hard is it to come to Robbins and get started? Like to build a house? Is the land expensive? I see you got some $300,000 houses going on up there. I was like, what? You know, I was looking around Robbins like, ooh, I probably could come up. You seem to have some things going, but you got to get some relationships. I know we talked to Ida yesterday, by the way. Talked to Illinois Housing Development Authority. So you all need to get a formal request because they want to come out and get you some housing and all that stuff. But Mr. Mayor, how do you plan on tapping into the resources? Do you plan on working with the city, county, and state?
Well, the first step is bringing Todd Stroger into our administration.
All right.
And then from there is making those connections with the legislators, making a trip down to Springfield, reaching out to our state reps, senators, email, and
you got Emo Jones, you got Napoleon Harris, I believe, as well.
Yes.
Oh, and then I think you got Bob Rita and Will Davis as well. So I know you got to work with all of those people to get. Look, I would say that for all of the Black caucusness of the world and in this black state of blackness that we in, it seems like it would be a great time for you all to be able to, for the black legislature to be able to support something like this. What do you think, Todd? You know, like this, I'm just curious.
No, you're right. This is an opportune time. The focus it's we say the focus is on the black community. Now we just have to push the legislators and the governor to actually make it happen.
All right.
Yeah, I think this is also a divine time in our country. Just beyond Robbins, if you look around right now, there is a revolution going on. So I'll call it a revolution.
I'm with you.
So it's just divine on what's taking place before our eyes, and Robbins will finally get the attention that it deserves.
All right. So Todd, talk to me, man. I mean, you got a fan club right now. That this group, the What's in It for the Black People family, has supported you from the moment that you came in. I think that we all have acknowledged the injustice. But talk to me about what it feels like.
And we are very happy, and Hans is happy that you wrote off his.
I have not wrote off. Now Hans owe me a life. But Todd, talk to me about the return to government, and like, what do you think you can add to the mix in this space? Because you've been out for a minute. You think you still got something to add?
Well, the great thing is that you find the government is a mixture of young and old, which I guess that's what we're doing in Robbins, because I'm old now, and the mayor is a young person. But it's the same thing downstate. Like all the people who represent Robbins are people that I know very well, and can talk to. Of course, we know the speaker, we know the Senate president. So I am happy to be able to say that some of those guys I run into, just the president, his children go to the same school. So I see him pretty regularly. And we are going to ask for this guy, if we want as much as we can get. We want them to know that there is a change coming, and we want them to be a part of that change and to help us make Robbins as great as it can be. Since Mays just ran away.
You saw how we all look like. Do we need
I was like, because I'm hearing too much in the hallway.
That's a counteraction. You don't even ask questions till you get to your car. Why was we running?
Now let me ask you this, Todd.
You from Robbins?
Huh? No, I'm gonna tell you. Don't trip. I might be from Robbins. Y'all do this right. Y'all laughing. I'm saying that. See, I'm excited about the potential of, I think about everybody talking about creating like a black town, and we ask about all of these things. Well, we actually have a place.
Yes.
There's actually a place where it is the oldest black incorporated municipality in at least Illinois.
With interesting history.
With a very interesting history, a new fresh start, and it seems to me like a blank slate. Now, I'm the type of dude that walks into a building and I don't see all of the stuff. I see what it could be.
Mm-hmm.
I think about a homeland. I think about a place where young black families can get their start, buy a piece of property at a reasonable price, even build a home from ground up, and be able to build a community, right? There's land, there's opportunity, and then you have a young progressive mayor combined with a Todd Stroger who knows how to move around government and get things done. I'm excited. But I got to ask you, Todd, because, when you've been the president of the Cook County Board, there's really not many titles higher than that. What is it, the mayor and the governor? Really?
Yeah, the mayor and the governor, that's probably
it. What does it mean for someone who's been at that height of power? I mean, how do you humble yourself to work in the village of Robbins?
Well, Mays, as you well know, all politics are local, right?
Right.
So working in the village, which in some ways is like the 8th Ward, it's just a little smaller, to be honest. It's an honor, because once you get that established and you get things going for people there, then they can branch out and go on to bigger things, and things just grow from it.
So I am going to tell y'all, this is huge. I want to encourage all of the black people, as things start to happen in Robbins, that we are intentional about supporting it, right? Intentional. Now I'm going to be waiting for y'all to get this farmer's market started sap. So y'all can get y'all some fresh food and vegetables. But then at that point, Ruthie gonna connect y'all with the Pembrokes. Could you imagine Robbins and Pembroke collaborating on black empowerment, food, fresh green stuff? I'm so excited about the opportunities. Mr. Trustee.
Yes.
I'm gonna give you some airtime. Mr. Trustee, what's on your mind? What you want to tell us about? So what is on now? Do the trustees, are they at large or do you represent a ward?
No, we're at large. We basically just
lean in.
I'm sorry.
No worries. Don't be sorry.
Yeah, we don't have wards out in Robbins. Basically, we go over all the laws, bylaws, cover over the police, the fire department.
Okay.
You know, there's several entities that we cover and we make decisions and vote for.
All right, now you told me you worked on the third shift, man.
Yes, sir.
You told me you came straight from work.
Man,
so tell
hopefully
the
for
brothers.
6 months.
Well, tell us what you're doing, man. I mean, what do you do in
Chicago Transit Authority, CTA, I've been there for 21 years.
Oh man, dang, you almost got enough to retire.
5 more.
Oh, you got a pension, okay?
Yeah, I got a pension. I hope your inbox don't. I'm married. Sorry, Lord.
Look, somebody knows somebody. Speaking of, wait a minute. Speaking of, hold on. You know I just had a thought, right?
Y'all funny.
You know I just had a thought, right?
What?
You know I just had a thought, right?
No, stop.
I had a thought, right? Ruthie, you could be the first lady. I'm saying, you have to figure this out.
Matchmaker,
I had a thought.
Ruthie.
He said, "Hey, Ruthie, look,
we just got food. We just got food, and we just got you a wife. We look. He
gonna have a mayoral pension.
Listen, if I was white, I would be blushing right now.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all what. Y'all know how I am. See, I'm gonna be. You don't look. You just no secretary stuff. I'm telling y'all. And no, you can't. Y'all know I'm about to be here.
I'm say no dictation.
Yeah, right. See, now you, Mr. Trustee.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to help you now. Let me get in trouble. You stay. I got you.
Come on.
I got you. All right. So, look, I'm gonna just tell you what. I have not been this politically excited, and I'll tell you, you all heard me say last week for Tell Me Something Good Friday, and I couldn't really talk about it, right? I could not talk about it, but my cousin, who is now officially the mayor-elect, and I always give him that respect, helped me restore my... So let me be clear. My political dignity is never gone, right? So I've always looked up and looked people in the eyes, etc. But y'all know, for the last few years, everybody always got to issue the, I know Mays, but they always got to... No, I'm saying everybody that I know politically has to issue a Mays Jackson disclaimer. No matter how much I've helped them, no matter whatever. I've never witnessed anything like that in my life for anybody else, really, but me. Now, I've only lived it. And I will tell you that for the first time in probably 6 to 8 years, walked into the meeting and the services and skills that I could provide were appreciated by my cousin, who said that, because I was a little nervous. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to put this out here. I was nervous because during his campaign, he didn't really call me to help. And you know, I feel like I'm the political expert in the family. Clearly, I'm not now, right? But he didn't call me to help, and I was like, dang, they got my cousin too. Like, dang, they got my family. Like, I didn't, like, not even my, like, my, not you. And I was just feeling a certain way, and literally on election night, the phone rings and he like, we won. And I was like, congratulations. He like, no, we won. And I was like, congratulations. Like, no, I need your help tomorrow. And for all of this and for everything and all the stuff that for someone that you, don't cry, baby. I ain't never crying. I'll be like,
Maze will go. He will cut to commercial.
I'll be like, cut this mug.
Run back out again.
No, it wouldn't. I kick all y'all out. I'll be like, the show is over. Everybody out. But I must tell you that it just felt good to not. You just keep waiting for the moment when they're gonna be like, but not. And for him to achieve this, do it with the assistance of his family, and then say, now that we've done it, we want you to be part of it. Just made me feel a certain way. So I am fully vested in his success. I will clearly stay out of the way because I recognize my role. But I hopefully, in situations, like the Todd thing, being able to connect the dots and bring people together for the betterment of black people, which is all, no matter how much you like me, no matter how much you dislike me, no matter how much you like what I say, I don't say, how I say it, to who I say it, my goal is for black people to do better.
Okay, you the man, Maze.
No. I'm not the man. No, I'm not the man. I hope to assist more people in being the man. I'm not the man. Darren is the man.
Nah.
Ruthie is the first lady. So it'll be my job to figure out. It'll be my job to figure it out to keep it. No, I'm just playing. So look, y'all. I just want to tell y'all thank you. Mr. Mayor, I want to thank you for coming down here today. Mr. Trustee, I want to thank you for jumping down and hurrying up and coming over here and being fresh. Shout out to everybody at CTA. And I know Joan Coogan. So if you got some problems, you let me know. Right? All right, we know. Also, I want to remind you tonight, tune in from 7 to 8, Maze Jackson, Tyrone Muhammad, Mark Carter, Bomani Obadelli, as well as Levon Stone, and I think we're going to have my man Butter in as well. We are going to be talking about Black Unity. We got a march on Monday, not against anybody, but to ask for the office of Black Americans here, just like they have for the office of New Americans. But y'all tune in tonight because tonight is about more so you all seeing that if all of us can put our differences to the side for the betterment of black people, then hopefully we all can. Look, I'm getting the sign, so it's time to go. Anybody, Mr. Mayor, you got anything you want to say before you go?
Yeah. Peace and love.
Ruthie, you want to get on your knee with this ring?
I just want to make sure I take the time to, on every platform and forever, is to always give recognition to the people of Robbins who, once again, put me in this position. This is the people's victory.
Mr. Trustee? See?
I concur.
I piggyback.
I really can't follow too much on him. He pretty much takes care of it and handles everything. But I can say I'm looking forward for a great next 4 years and then some from this new administration we have. And Mr. Stroger, I welcome you and thank you for allowing us to see the vision with us and enjoying us.
Thank you.
You know.
All right, Mr. So I don't know. I call you Mr. President, Mr. Administrator, whatever. Todd, what you got to tell the people before you get up out
First, Maze, you just call me sir. But
I think, but I'll let that go.
But yes, this will be a great thing for the mayor and all the citizens of Robbins. As you can tell, the mayor is a passionate person, so we expect great things to happen. But him not to get too serious because you don't want to fall out. I don't care if you're I-29.
We gonna keep him loose.
He sounds like Todd sounds excited like our friend. You know what? I'm so excited.
But really, the most important thing is that
wifely advice.
When he start acting up, just call me because I can tell you how to argue the right way.
I'm telling you, I can regulate this.
That sounds like pillow talk.
I'm done. Yeah. Look. All right, y'all. So look, this is the Maze Jackson. Look, Ruthie running out. This is the Maze Jackson show. I am your host for Maze and Sonia and Ruthie and Todd. And I don't know if it's gonna be Ruthie Bryant or Ruthie Moore much longer. I got the Mayor Darren Bryant. Trustee, give me the last name one more time.
Collier. COLLIER.
Okay. Oh man, I got my man Darren's name and Michael. Anyway. For all of y'all. This is the Mace Jackson Show, and we ask every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Mace said, we out of here. Peace.
What's in it for the black people? What's in it? What's in it for the black people? I'm in it. What's in it for the black people? What's in it? What's in it for the black people? I'm in it. For the black people. For the black people. For the black people. For the black people. For the black people, for the black people, for the black people, for the black people. What's in it for the black people? Let's hear it. What's in it for the black people? Don't fear it. What's in it for the black people? Let's hear it. What's in it for the black people? Don't fear it. For the black people, 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 for the black people. What's in it for the black people? You know it. What's in it for the black